Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Born Free here. San Diego Comic Con and Evo are upon us. I'm like so psyched for like all the Street Fighter hype, whether it be Mad Catz, Capcom, Evo. The tournament is going to be ridiculous. So many good players. I could go on forever, but I'm going to attend both, and I'm going to make videos from both, collectibles, interviews, whatever, right? So subscribe if you haven't already subscribed and check out my other videos. So I thought it'd be a bit of fun just to cover a few collectibles before I go that I didn't get around to covering. Some of them are actually were bought at Evo last year, and Evo specific. So, but we're gonna start with this, and these are all my notes. But this is the Udon Street Fighter World Warrior Encyclopedia. I love this book. The reason being is that it's one of the more affordable Udon books. It also has amazing artwork throughout, and it's canon, and it's all the information you need in all of the characters. So it kind of, I just think it's awesome. The foreword, I will read portions, maybe all of it. Is by Matt Moylan, the managing editor of Udon Entertainment. He says, "I'll admit it, I'm not that great a Street Fighter player. I don't know anything about frame data, hit priority, and how to pull off a Shun-goku Satsu. I pretty much always choose Ryu on an especially adventurous day, Ken, so I'm not going to be winning any tournaments anytime soon, but I still love the Street Fighter universe." That rings true for a huge amount of people. He says, "This book is meant to be your ultimate guide to the Street Fighter universe. The information within was researched through a variety of official sources, game endings, game documentation, discussions with Street Fighter producers, and Japanese source books such as Street Fighter Eternal Challenge and All About Street Fighter. I had a lot of fun putting this together, and I hope all you Street Fighter fans out there enjoy it as well." So pretty awesome that this is a canon book, right? And it's really cool. It's sort of broken down into like the name, the stats, the bio, the fighting style, the signature moves. It even has this section called eras, which is like which canon games they were in. The players that were non-playable in Street Fighter 1 have the 1 grayed out, and then the players that were playable, like Ryu in Street Fighter 1, have the 1 in white. Which is kind of interesting, because basically what they did was they took the non-playable characters from Street Fighter 1, the ones that didn't reappear in new games, they took them and they threw them into the back of the book into a section called the Street Fighter Universe. So it's an interesting way to treat Street Fighter 1. But the artwork is so beautiful, and they've also taken some characters from Street Fighter 4 and turned them into 16-bit characters in order to make all of there's these tiny character icons, not icons, like avatars almost, for each character. So they've made them all 16-bit, which is kind of cool to see them in 16-bit. Just going to point out a few things which I found really interesting about this book. One of them is Birdie, because in his special abilities it says gluttony. Now, I don't know if he ever made reference to gluttony before Street Fighter 5. If he did, please tell me about it. I'm so happy to be wrong. Like, that's why I put these things out there, like because I want to know, right? But I did some, I was on the internet and I was like, did he mention gluttony in Alpha as something which he was really into? Because like he's pretty ripped, and I know gluttony can mean greed as well, but generally when you think of gluttony, you think of eating a lot. And he certainly wouldn't have been into gluttony in Street Fighter 1 because he was like tiny and thin and like whatever. So I feel like gluttony is a Street Fighter 5 thing. Now, what's interesting about that, here I go back into detective mode as usual. But I don't know, I think this is interesting and valid. I might be completely wrong, but like it says his special ability is gluttony, and this book came out before Street Fighter 5. Right? So when they were talking to the Japanese producers, somebody somewhere, when asked what's his special ability, someone said gluttony. Right? So maybe there's clues in this book for people who know their shit, who know their canon, who know their shit. Maybe there are clues in this book. Maybe there's things they can spot and go, hey, wait a second. That I don't remember from any game. That doesn't seem canon. So is that something in the future? Does that mean they're going to be in Street Fighter 5? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I'm just saying. It also says he loves beef jerky. By the way, beef jerky is not a thing in the UK, so that's kind of weird. Viper loves magic tricks. Cammy loves cats. Charlie Nash, not Nash the monster, but Charlie Nash, he likes justice and he dislikes injustice. So that's all useful information. And then Chun-Li loves firing guns. That's her special ability, except she never uses it, and she probably should, because I think she'd win more matches that way. DeCapre loves dogs. So DeCapre loves dogs and Cammy loves cats. So you can see how they're completely opposite. But she also hates Cammy. I don't know. I'm not really sure why she hates Cammy. Maybe because Cammy doesn't have a scarred face. Dudley, my main man, he loves tea, he loves roses, he hates uncivilized behaviour, he loves pottery appraisal, and he loves gardening. All of that makes sense for an Englishman. Trust me on that one. Guile loves darts. Well, that's actually his special ability. Guy is kind of a prick. He hates Western writing, horizontal writing. I don't know why he hates it. Ingrid. Okay, this is really interesting. So Ingrid is a white-haired beauty. White-haired, right? And is clad in a mysterious aura. Even the fortune teller Rose has been unable to divine anything about her past or future. While her origin and goals are uncertain, she appears to at least be on the side of good. Ingrid claims to be a messenger from the stars and the true master of M. Bison's psycho power. Now there you go. The true master of M. Bison's psycho power, and she has white hair. So I'm thinking M. Bison has white hair because he has mastered more of the psycho power. And that's just a side effect of mastering psycho power. She has even displayed the ability to travel through time. Despite her seemingly important mission to regain sole mastery of psycho power from M. Bison, Ingrid is still a vivacious and playful girl. She grows bored easily and is disappointed by a match that ends too quickly and has too much, or was not much fun. She even has the habit of tickling down opponents, which is just stupid. One thing is certain, however, Ingrid is an incredibly powerful being in this or any other time. I've seen it written many times by people who are really into the canon that she's the most powerful character in the game. Not Akuma, not Oro, not Gen. It's kind of cool. Karen, I'm going to show you that page up close so you can pause it and read over it. Everyone's hoping that that she's in Street Fighter 5. She has a wonderful attacking style, Rushdown, Rekka. I'm excited at the prospect of seeing her in the game, although I understand they have to work out a deal with the author of Rival Schools, which usually Capcom don't do, but they have Sony money now, so who knows. M. Bison, his likes are world domination. Makes sense, I guess. Hey, what do you like? World domination. Sorry, that was my attempt to be M. Bison. He also likes Tuesdays. I think we all know that. Or does he? No, Tuesdays are just Tuesdays to him. He doesn't like them. They're just Tuesdays. So Oro is the main man because he likes animals. Can't argue with that. He loves sleeping. I love sleeping. And he loves pretty girls. So Oro, at 120 or 30 years old, or however old he is, loves sleeping and pretty girls, and probably sleeping with pretty girls, but we never get to see that part, as far as I know. Ryu's special abilities, he can sleep anywhere and hitchhiking. I don't think those are special abilities. I think that's called being a bum. Sagat's special ability is fantastic. Also, his dislike is the Shoryuken, which makes sense. His special ability is he can stay underwater for over 20 minutes. It's useful. Sakura hates playing video games with her brother. You know why? Because he beats her down every day in Street Fighter, and that hurts. Seth loves plotting. That's one of his likes. His dislike is needy, clingy people, and he loves his special ability is modding things. So, like, if you need a fight stick modded, Seth is your man. He will mod that. He will mod the shit out of that fight stick for you. Sodom, his artwork is really interesting. He looks kind of scared. His special abilities are water performances and driving big trucks. I don't know why. Maybe it's an aspect of the story that I missed. Urien loves suits, but he does everything naked. So I don't know why he does everything naked. I mean, I guess if I had a body like Urien's, I would do everything naked. But I don't. So, and if I liked suits, I'd probably wear a suit every now and then. Yang, special ability, taming cats. You know, it's good. It's good stuff. Zangief just has a weird dislike. His dislike is he dislikes beautiful women of a marriageable age. So I don't know what that is. I think that's written kind of weird because it makes him sound a bit odd. Like, which women does he like? But I think that's more like pressure from his parents to get married, perhaps. Then the back section is awesome. It has like the characters that are non-playable but are in the Street Fighter universe. Go Hibiki is in here, the man who is Dan's father and actually gouged out Sagat's eye. What an amazing character! My God, I wish that was a character that we could play. Gotetsu, we all know about. Hagar's in here. So is Mel. A lot of people are speculating that potentially Mel could be old enough now to be a playable character. That is, in fact, Ken and Eliza's son. And then Retsu's in here, another character that a lot of people would have loved to have seen in game. And there's a note at the end here which says, numbers that appear in the character's basic stats in this book, height, weight, measurements, may change in the future, which I think is another reference to some of the changes we're going to see in Street Fighter V, which include Birdie. And then right at the back they have this wonderful map which has all the characters and where they're from, including a section where it says unknown, which is Ingrid, M. Bison, Q, and Seth. So that's it. This book is awesome and I suggest you check it out, and peace out. Let me see where the off button is.